What's going on, guys? It's Jeb. We're here over on some BO1. No second phase updates or anything yet. Now, that said, I'm recording this at like 4 in the morning, so maybe there will be an update today by the time I'm uploading this, and this will sound outdated. But we'll see what they're going to do with phase 2. We still have no idea what kind of steps they're going to take during these phases. We also have no idea how quickly they work on this. I don't know if it's specifically Iron Galaxy that is doing this, that is like figuring it out. I have no idea how the development of all this stuff works. I talked about this before, but like, how are they going to determine who is and isn't cheating? Like, some people might have cheated just a little bit, you know? They didn't cheat a lot, they cheated just a little. How would they know that? They probably can't, right? It's indistinguishable. Initially, when these games came out, now that it's been a little while, BO1 was the one that's been vulnerable, and BO2 seemed to be the game that was in a better position, at least, than BO1. BO1 being a little bit older of a game has a little bit more known exploits and holes and stuff. Now, they mitigated some of that by removing the infections and stuff like that, and even though they ended up removing the theater mode, there still was that lobby glitch that was going on. I've been seeing a couple aimbot clips now. Early into this, I was like, yeah, but I'm hearing that it's possible if you have like a PS4 or some shit like that, maybe it could go online.
Enemy care package inbound.
Now, of course, seeing the aimbot clips where, and I mean real aimbot, like somebody's clip out there, it's got at least a few thousand likes on it. They spawned in on Nuketown, everybody was getting headshot, the classic, you know, the guy was just shooting his LMG, every single bullet was hitting everybody in the head, no bullet was going through the walls and shit, nothing you could do. I don't know if the guy had God mode as well, but you have to assume it's gonna get worse, right?
Five lane.
I've been playing BO2 a little bit more than BO1 recently, but I assumed that BO1 was gonna end up being, you know, the first unplayable one. I'm really hoping it never gets to that point, but, you know, the idea is that, like, yeah, there's going to be people that are going to be able to go and do this stuff eventually, but the idea is that it's not as accessible. So if you run into one of those lobbies where somebody's cheating or whatever, just like back in the day, if you ran into that, and if we didn't get to, like, the full-blown infections, unplayable stuff, you were able to just join the lobby, be like, oh, this is just some stupid-ass lobby, maybe bully some people or whatever, and then just leave. And then you would go and find like a clean game. It would usually be not too bad. It wouldn't be as widespread. And then it got worse and worse over the years or whatever. Unfortunately, we're only, what, like a couple weeks into this whole Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 thing, and already at this point where like single, like individuals have it, I'm just, as long as it doesn't spread to other people as easily, it's fine. Surely. I've seen the aimbot on BO2. I don't think I've seen the aimbot on BO1. I could be wrong. There's that one kill cam where people were saying it was like lagging or whatever, but... This guy's sneaking around, dude.
Enemy 5 lanes in the air.
I'm 18-2. Where's my other Blackbird? 5-20. See, like, just don't run into games like this. So extreme on the leaderboard. Some people are doing insane, and other people are just hanking it.
Dogs incoming.
Oh, we got dogs? Oh, this guy's fucking 15 prestige. Like, see, somebody like this, it's obvious that, like, they could be reset, right? Like, no doubt, no question, somebody's not going to be this level at this point. You can look at the stats, it won't tell the right story. Now, I might have been wrong in saying that I wished it all started happening to BO2 and not BO1, but now that it's happening to both of them, well, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's not good. We might be cooked. It might only be a matter of time until somehow they figure out how to spread the infection. I have no idea how it works, but, like, if you join it or something, and then you're a host and you're the one that has infections, they can spread it to the people in that game, and then when those people in that game back out, they bring the infection into the next thing, and the only way to like get rid of it is restart your game or console or whatever it was. It's kind of how it worked before. I don't know if they'll try to get it to work the same way this time, or if it's even possible to make it work that way. Not having the theater mode helps, but fuck, I would love to consistently like come back to these games, and these could technically be like a test run for like future ports, like MW2 and MW3, for example. A lot of people were talking about that. Oh man, once you bring over MW2 and MW3, imagine. And some people are talking about like, ooh, what if they end up putting the patch in that supposedly existed that fixed the noob tubes and everything? But I'm gonna say it like this, I don't know if other people feel the same way, but hear me out on this. This is a pretty interesting discussion. It's not happening at the moment, but if and when we do get an MW2 port, the original, do you want the noob tubes to be fixed? Me personally, I know that it sounds, I want the game to be the way that it was original. That means all of the, you know, exploits and all the stuff and the balance and everything. Like, I kind of want everything to stay the exact same. game. Now, obviously, I don't want people like hacking or whatever, but MW2 without like the one-man army noob tube, like nuking squads that are going for that, and then you like have this whole little mini game where you're trying to take out this guy that happens to be like 9-0, you see his streaks, you're like, oh man, now we gotta kill him, we gotta hurry up. Like, that was part of the experience in like pub stomping and stuff in MW2. Or like side missions that were always going on in these games. Nowadays, it doesn't really feel like that for me. There isn't as many stakes, and it's not as easily accessible to like get nukes in the current games. So when somebody is going for a nuke, like, yeah, you want to go and kill him. But in MW2, it was very obvious when somebody was about to get a nuke. This map sucks ass, but I'll stay in it for variety's sake. I see a lot of people complain about the variety and like the way that people are voting the maps. Even some people saying that we should get rid of map voting. And see, this is the problem with map voting. We never get to play the other maps. Like, the truth is, man, like, the other maps do suck ass. Like, having variety is a good thing. You know what happens when you have a bunch of shitty maps that people are forced to play? We go and play shipment. Also, prestiging on BO1 is a real man's prestige. When you reset and you lose your pro perks, like, the pro perks are so powerful and game-changing that, like, you don't even want to ever let them go. This shit is so, it feels so much more hardcore than BO2. When I prestiged on BO2, I was like, fuck, I'm gonna lose my, like, my diamond camos and stuff. No, I'm not. It keeps all that. There's nothing that I, like, wince losing whenever I, prestige. Obviously, we got the perma unlocks and stuff like that. You know, you can perma unlock the VSAT or Ghost, or my first unlock was Ballista, obviously, but yeah. Probably gonna go Ghost next, just to see how the games play out, I guess. Ghost is at 55. Curious how the game plays if I put it on. It might be a stupid perma unlock, but because I didn't usually run it back in the day at all, I know for a fact I did it. We got a full UAV going over the map, and every single player on the other team has Ghost. It's so fucked up. Ghost is so powerful on this game. Holy shit. And one thing that I really like about BO1, I love the fact that I can see what perks people are running. Like, if they pop an enemy spy plane, for example, I have Ghost. They pop a spy plane and I'm next to my teammate. My teammate, I don't know whether or not my teammate has Ghost or not in the other games. But in this game, I can tell, oh, my teammate does have Ghost with me, so that spy plane isn't gonna ping him, and I'm next to him. I don't need to get away from him. Me and him can keep moving. I don't think I would want MW2 to be fixed. If they did fix it, though, I wouldn't be upset about it. So long as, like, everything else stays the same. Put in whatever fix that we think is, like, you know, best. Make it so you can't pick the same class or have duplicate classes of it or something like that, and then just wipe your hands clean, be done with it. The really cool thing about MW2 specifically is that, like, MW2 had so many different people of so many different play styles and, like, approaches to the game, whereas a lot of the modern games really feel, I mean, even some of the older games still feel kind of samey between all the play styles. MW2 feels so distinct in, like, the type of player that you get. You got the sweaty tryhards that are all using, like, the tryhard setup, 7-11-25, 7-9-11, like, stack as many kills as possible, fuck the noob. You had all the snipers that were running around, different styles of the snipers as well. There's, like, the sleight of hand guys, and then the more rare marathon sniping, which is, like, really cool and impressive and, like, a different approach to everything. Oh, I can finally move on here. I didn't realize that. Whenever I was selecting my contracts and stuff, I was always using the D-pad here, but the D-pad only goes up and down like this. I can't do anything else, but the stick works. Oh. Okay, so weird. Care package kill streaks, sure. So you had those sweaty guys, you had like the average players that are kind of doing everything, just kind of whatever, standing around or running into things face first and dying, running into spawn shots and shit, never adjusting. Then you got like the noob tube guy, really shit at the game, run around with one-man army noob tubes just blowing themselves up all the time. But then you have like the sweats that like specifically are only running around with one-man army noob tubes and like full squads with all of their setups. There's like different ways you play free-for-all too, where you can like resupply with scavenger, keep putting down infinite claymores. That was how I got my first nuke over on MW2. I was watching what the fuck was it, Next Gen Tactics, I think it was, Guns for Hire and Spider Bite, I think that's who it was. They taught you how to camp your fucking balls off on free-for-all, dude. And TDM is so, it's so low energy, it's like kind of relaxing. I'm just sitting here throwing care packages out in the middle of the map. I don't even give a fuck. If it stays limited to people that just have like the dev kits or whatever, and it's pretty expensive to do or whatever, and I don't know what kind of steps they're gonna take to stop people from doing this, or if they even can do anything about that. Regardless though, again, still, it's not widespread enough for me to be like, yeah, this shit is unplayable, it's fucking over. A lot of people are dooming already. I understand. I'm quite the doomer myself. Been able to find games, no problem, no weird shit. Everybody has stopped blowing themselves up. The lobbies are completely playable. The update made the dead zones feel a lot better, but it is starting to get worse. The last time I talked about this, I was saying, well, we haven't seen any aimbot yet. Well, now we have. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for all the love and support on these videos. Going for trick shots and just pub stomping and just casually leveling through these games is such a, it still feels like it's not real. Whenever I boot this shit up, I feel so, I'm at peace, man. It's fucking great. I love it. Regardless of any of the issues we could have ran into here, I really have had a great time on this. I really don't want it to stop.